Okay, here we go. Welcome to No Man's Sky once again. Paths to Glory. The hardest possible way of playing No Man's Sky. That's what we're up to today. Here's how this works. We're going to start a new game. Here it is. And we're going to go custom mode, and we're going to set survival elements to full. Challenging survival difficulty. Scarce resources. Make everything else to do with my technology challenging, and on death, save deleted. Yes, folks, this is a permadeath expedition. We'll make crafting expensive, purchases expensive, resources harsh. Enemies will be challenging, hostile. Tutorial missions, we're going to leave this enabled. Why? Because it's harder that way. It means that at the very start, I have to repair my tools, I have to repair my ship, and survive in this harsh environment before I have even the ability to get to my ship and get off the planet. We're going to make the reputation challenging as well, and we're going to lock this so that I can't change it part way through. So that's what it looks like. That's as hard as it gets. We're going to confirm that and start the game. So, while this starts up, let me explain to you what we're up to here. Again, it's the hardest possible setup. It's not an official expedition. I call it Paths to Glory, but of course that doesn't really exist in No Man's Sky. It's an expedition I made for myself. So, here's what I'm up to. In this super difficult setting, I want to take myself to the center of the galaxy and jump to a new galaxy. That's the objective. If I do that, I've succeeded. It's also to show you how to get going quickly and to do some things like survive, make money, earn nanites, and the rest of it. To get to the center of the galaxy, I'm going to have to find some portals. I have to learn how to use the portals. And then once I get to the center of the galaxy, I'm going to have enough hyperdrive capacity to make the jump to the center in order to reach the next galaxy. So there's a bunch of different challenges here. Basically breaks into three parts. First of all, get off the planet. Secondly, get to the center. Third, make that jump. And that's roughly the order I'll do things in, although, I'm keeping the final objective in mind all the way through. So we should be almost ready to start here, and I'll talk you through it as I go, offer hints and tricks if you're new to the game, and if you're an old hand, well, just enjoy the ride. I know I'm going to. And still waiting for it to load, so I'll have a little swig of coffee. Here we go. So we'll begin initialization. And I've got audio going, desktop audio. If you're watching, of course nobody's watching right now, but if you are watching, I can see your comments. Well, reason to actually say that with nobody watching, but there you go. So, this looks like, I'm not sure what kind of planet this is yet. Maybe a toxic planet? Yeah, it looks like it might be a toxic planet. It's a little background radioactivity. Doesn't look like a horrible planet, at least. There's some yellow there. That might be some sodium. That would be handy if it was. Okay, a little multi-tool. Alright, first thing I always do is change my perspective to first person, and we're going to get going. Yeah, that is some sodium. That's very helpful to find that right away. There we go. Whoops. Alright, that'll keep me alive for a wee bit of time. Okay, just a little more carbon. Now what I need to do first is repair my multi-tool. You'll see that in a second. But I need to get as much ferrite dust as I can quickly. Got to get up to 100 in order to repair that thing. So I'm not even going to look at how much I have until I'm close. I'm also going to pick up a little carbon if it's fast and easy, so that if I run out of fuel in the mining beam, I can refuel. Hate to run out of it entirely. Still doing the ferrite dust. Okay, let's check and see. Oh, I got 71 of 75. We need one little bit. Okay, that should be enough. All right. And also, like I said, I picked up some carbon. Let's see if I picked up enough. All right, I need to make a carbon nanotube. No, need a little more carbon yet. So we'll just harvest that carbon. Almost out of toxic protection here. And so let's make a nanotube. And, oh, right, hazard protection. I'll take that sodium I harvested and give myself a little more time. And I'll make my analysis visor. Alright, now let's have a look around here. What I'm going to look for first of all is my ship. There it is. So it's a little ways away, 471. Let's get some more sodium in me as fast as I can. And this is why I repaired the scanner. So now on my way to the ship, I can find supplies of sodium to keep myself alive until I get there. So always got to be careful when resources are scarce. Alrighty, doing good. It takes forever for the scanner to recharge at this setting. So yeah, I know I'm letting my hazard get right down to the bottom here. You'll see that a few times where I live pretty dangerously. Even when you're on permadeath, sometimes that's necessary. Just picking up a little more carbon on the way. So I'll probably be able to make it to the ship now on the hazard protection that I have. So I'll just make the run for it. There it is. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay. So that's good. Oh, and there's some oxygen sitting right here. So let's just pick that up before I go in. And there, that's handy. And now I'll go into the ship. And alright, so making it to the ship is the first big hurdle, no matter what setting you're on. Unless, of course, you don't have the training missions enabled, in which case it's easy. But so we're going to connect the exosuit. Doesn't matter what you choose there. Repair the ship systems. So it's going to guide me to what I need to do, but basically I need to do two things. I need to fix the launch thruster, and I need to fix the pulse engine. I need pure ferrite for that, which means I need to refine some ferrite dust and make some dihydrogen jelly. I have to make metal plating and find a hermetic seal. So I'll get that going. So I'm just waiting for my hazard protection to ramp up to full here. And it'll be just another couple of seconds. Alrighty, let's go. Let's hop out of the ship. So this does nothing at this point, but I always hit it anyways, just to initialize things. Okay. Alright, so there's some loot here to pick up. There's rusted metal, hang on to that. That's useful because you can refine that into ferrite dust. Pick up here, we got ourselves a little more carbon. And this is, you don't need the viscous fluid for anything. And that gave me, my dihydrogen jelly. Very nice. And you see this here, this is the buried technology module. Anytime you see one of those, you'll probably see one of these. It's not 100%, but it's pretty close. You used to always have to dig for them, but now if you get close enough, you can just get them straight from the surface, which is a nice improvement, because it was annoying to have to dig. Alright, so I'm going to pick up a few minerals. Identified plant stuff. Let's scan around. There's a little more sodium. We'll pick that up. So what I'm going to need to do is, like I say, refine some ferrite dust. So I'm going to collect some ferrite dust here. And I'll collect a reasonable amount of it, because I'll need it both for the metal plating and for the pure ferrite. And weapon charge is deleted. That's why I've been picking up carbon all along. So I got to keep, see again, I'll harvest a little more carbon just to make up for that. As long as you're careful, if you don't run out of carbon, you're good. Just gotta be careful. Even if you do run out of carbon, you can actually hit things. I'm just pressing Q on my keyboard. And so if you run out of carbon and your mining beam is disabled, you can still hit things and make more carbon. Alright, let's go back to the ship. I don't want to waste sodium unless I have to, so what I'll do is, whoops, gotta be careful when I'm jumping, don't want to kill myself. So I'll just pop back into the ship. It doesn't take as long as it used to refuel my toxic protection, but it does take a few seconds. Is that a heart? Did I receive a heart? Or, I don't know. I can't see the, I see the comments, but I can't see how many people are viewing at the moment, because I have my streaming software on top of my YouTube software. So I'm streaming using OBS, Open Broadcasting Systems, which basically captures the screen and the sounds and all of that. And then I send that to YouTube for the live streaming. That's the easiest way I've found to do it. Alright, let's go back out. I also like to get a little more oxygen if I can, both for breathing purposes and because I'll need it to build things. Okay, there's... Alright, there's the oxygen. And there's a little more sodium, which I'll gather as well, because you can never have enough sodium. I'm going to keep my eye out as well for caves. If I find a cave, then I can make stuff. Alright. This is carbon crystals. I'll harvest this, or as much of this as I can. Oh, looks like I can harvest all of it. Great. So carbon crystals give me condensed carbon, and I can use that to fuel my mining beam, among other things, right? Okay, there's a bit more. Oops. There's a bit more sodium. Alright, let's get back to collecting unidentified minerals. In other words, ferrite dust. So, I'm not sure I'm going to have enough oxygen just yet, but let's see if I can get a fair amount of it in a hurry here. Okay, there's a hazardous plant. Hazardous plants produce oxygen for me as well. This one's just a little bit, but you know, it's nice to have. Alright, so that was 10. Yeah, just a little bit. But I'm going to look for another hazardous plant if I can. I don't see any more. Lots of animals. Alright, let's get back to the ship. Gonna mine some dihydrogen crystals. I don't need them technically because I found a dihydrogen ball, but still. Okay, here we are. See, I run it right down. I've got a little bit of time after the hazard protection runs out. Once the hazard protection runs out, then it starts to have an impact on my shielding. Once my shielding runs out, then it has an impact on my life. Basically, sometimes they're called lives, but I think of them as hit points. I have 3 hit points. They'll go down, usually one at a time. So basically, you get about, I don't know, 30 seconds. After this runs down to 0, you have about 30 seconds worth of life left. Alright, it's just a little impatient here. Okay, refiner. Okay, so I need to make a metal plating to make my refiner. So I'll make my metal plating, and then I'll make my refiner. I'm clicking Z to get that build menu. And now my refiner, I'll charge it with some condensed carbon, and I'll put some ferrite dust into it, and that's going to make pure ferrite for me. Now let's get back to mining more ferrite dust because I'm not going to have enough. I need to make a second metal plating to repair the ship, which means I need more ferrite dust. Oh, metal weapon charge depleted. But now I see I can use condensed carbon. That's why I was really happy to find it. So let's keep going here. A little more carbon because why not? Alright, still going, still going. Making as much of, getting as much ferrite dust as I can here. Oh, that's a little more carbon. Let's get back to the ship. I'm thinking I have enough carbon to make another metal plate. Oh, this is done. Yep, so I'll gather that. And we'll just leave that there for now. Where's my... Okay. Now I'm into the ship. Clicking on tab to open up this. So, pure ferrite, I have enough. So, dihydrogen jelly, which is what I found. I could make it from dihydrogen otherwise. Now the pulse engine, I need to make a metal plating. So I have enough to do that. Let's make my metal plating. And, okay. Now the ship's going to contact me because I have one more piece, a vital ingredient missing, and that is a hermetic seal. I can't build a hermetic seal, so I'm going to request assistance. And so it's going to be nearby. So the way to do that is I'm going to get out of the ship again. And I'm going to go over here and pick up the planetary chart. So this is a lesson in how to use planetary charts, right? And the way you use that, tab to open my inventory again. And here it is. Click E on it. And I like to have a good look at these maps when they come up to see if there's anything else around. There isn't anything else around, so that's too bad. I thought I saw something off to one side there, but alright. So I have to go to a settlement 869 units away. That's not close, and I also know from previous experience that as I go that way, there's going to be a storm. So what I want to do is trigger the storm and then get back to my ship, wait out the storm, and then go. Yeah, I know, it's a sneaky trick that you only learn once you've been doing this for a while. So still looking around here for resources. They're pretty scarce. Oh yes, they're scarce. I'm gonna scan some animals. It makes me a little bit of money. It's not worth a lot, but always good to get in the habit. It'll also give me nanites eventually, especially if I can scan them all. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna need money eventually, so. Oh, there's one of those buried technology modules. Let's go get that. Again, we'll try to trigger that storm, right? So, where'd it go? Is that it? No, that's a lot further. I thought it was closer than that. That one's 385 away. I don't want to go 300. That's pretty far out of my way. Oh, Player's Edge. Oh, I have a little time. I can go back to the ship. There on the upper left, we can see I took a hit to my shield, and there are my 3 lives. But here I am. Nothing serious happened. If I were to lose one of those 3 lives, what I can do, there's the storm I was predicting. So if I lose a life, there are various ways to restore the life. You can find the health stations, but the best way is to kill an animal, do it before you lose the life, and that'll get you some animal meat, and then you ingest the animal meat. So, while we're here, let's see what else we can do. There's no other technology for the starship that I can install. I can install a little more oxygen. I don't have quite enough oxygen to install this, and I want to be careful not to use all my oxygen building technology, because then I'll have nothing to breathe. Multi-tool, I can add a force field, but I need a wiring loom for that, which I don't have, and I'm not going to have for a little while. The bolt caster, similarly, it's a good weapon to have, but I have no chromatic metal. I do have a refiner, however, and if I find copper, I can refine copper using the refiner into chromatic metal. So I could make myself a bolt caster. So we're just waiting for this storm, and then we'll set out. I haven't found any signs of a cave yet. Let's see if I can't find anything. Now, the way to find a cave, I'm also going to pick up this refiner so I don't forget it, is you search for stuff that might be underground. So I'm looking for some underground stuff using my analysis visor. See how fast the toxic protection goes down in the storm. That's why I didn't want to be caught in it. Alright, that's all I can do. So I didn't see any signs of a cave. So if I was able to find a cave, what I would do is I would go into it. I'm safe from the weather in a cave, which is nice. But I can mine some cobalt. See, these are the things that I can make, right? And I click on one of these boxes here, and it shows all the things I can make. So we've seen me make metal plating and carbon nanotubes. But I can also make ion batteries with cobalt and ferrite dust. Ion batteries replace sodium for my hazard protection. That's very nice to have. So if I find a cave, I'll get some cobalt, I'll make a bunch of ion batteries. Similarly, life support gel replaces oxygen. So if I make some dihydrogen jelly, I can make life support gel, and I don't need to breathe oxygen. I have enough here. So those are useful things to make. How much more do I need to make, actually? So I need another 7 dihydrogen to make a dihydrogen jelly. So I'll actually do that. Now, is my storm over? I think it is, right? Looks like it's over. Alright, so let's find that place I need to go to. Alright, so I'm just going to go there reasonably quickly. Oh, here's a cave. Okay. I'm just picking up as much of this as I can right away before I even go into the cave. It's a good deposit. And I don't mind picking up a little extra carbon or ferrite dust while I'm mining this, because I need them both anyways. So alright, okay, so let's check out the cave now. Alright, okay, so down I go. There we go, this is nice. I'll just scan this because it'll make me a little bit of money. Okay, there's another plant. Aha, now, that stuff is dangerous but useful. So I can mine it for oxygen. If I get too close, it'll poison me, and believe it or not, this stuff has killed me in perma-death mode before. So I want to be careful. It's a little more oxygen. This is before you get able to create it on your own. Caves are your best supply for oxygen and nitrogen. Mining it like I just did isn't as efficient as grabbing it, but you have to have gloves to grab it. Alright, there's some cobalt. I'll just scan that because why not? Oh, and even a little silver. That's a little unusual to find the hidden silver in there. But hey, I'll take it. I'm not going to need silver to build anything, but it's worth selling. Use it to build a lot of things later on, though. Alright. Oh, I'm out of condensed carbon, so I need to be careful not to run out of fuel for my mining tool. Okay. So I'm watching, you see up in the upper right there, 95%, 94%. That's how much energy I have left in my multi-tool. And so I'm going to harvest a good amount of cobalt here. I love that you get silver with it. Like I say, that is a bit unusual. I've seen it before, and sometimes you get these little pillars underground that are entirely silver, but you can't count on that. Got a little ferrite dust. Okay, let's pick up a plant for some carbon so that I don't run out. Might as well scan it before I destroy it. Oh, is that an animal? Yeah. It's always hard to find cave-dwelling animals, so if you see one, scan it. There we go. Picked up a cave-dwelling animal. Oops, careful. I'll pick up a little sodium here. And now I'm going to kill the animal. Okay, and you see, the Mordite's useless, but this meat, you consume one of those, it's worth a life. So definitely worth doing. Pick up a little more sodium. I don't need it as much now as I did, because I can make batteries. But let's pick up a little more cobalt while I'm here. I'm going to pick up a fair amount of cobalt. Okay, now, right, so I can make some ion batteries, and make a bunch of those. Later on in life I'll buy them, but for now, I can probably, alright, and I'm also going to make some life support gel. So first, dihydrogen jelly, I can only make 2 of those. Okay, so there's my life support jelly. Alrighty. That's going to keep me alive long enough to get off of the planet. Yeah. I see that my health is running down as well. I'm not getting warnings for some reason, but it's at 5%. So this is where I use my life support gel, and now it's at 100%. So let's try to find my way out of this cave. I have gotten lost in caves, and right now I can't dig my way out, so that's a bit of a problem. I'm sure there's a way out. There we go. Oh, check this out. This is money on the hoof. So we're just gonna harvest these. They're worth some money. It's being annoying here. Should just let me pick up these albumin pearls. I don't know why it's not allowing me to do that. There we go. Have to maneuver right over them sometimes. That's annoying. It's just a little bit of a glitch in the system. I'm going to pick up a little more carbon. A lot more carbon. It's unidentified. Let's scan that. So I'm going to check here. Check my discoveries. So I've discovered 5 out of 6. There's one flying one that I need to get all of the animals on this planet. That again is a nice piece of luck. I found the underground one. So very nice. Okay, let's go to that source. Oh, there's the flying ones. Okay. So what that's done now, I've discovered 6 out of 6. I can register completion, and that gives me a pile of nanites. And we like nanites because we can buy tool upgrades with nanites. Okay, where's my thing that I'm going to? Alright. This way. So we're making very good progress here. We'll be off the ground in no time now. So I'll just score a little more carbon. Oh, another round down the plant. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to pick up this. Again, more of this so that I can make some more gel packs just in case. Alright. Okay, keep going here. It's not too far now. For 340. I like to, even as I'm running from place to place, I like to get stuff. If you're wondering, I'm flying at a pretty good speed when I fly. And what I'm doing here is, you can't really see it on the screen at all, but I'm playing on a keyboard. I find that the easiest way to play, frankly. But to fly, I press on the space bar. I go a certain speed. I find if I'm running as fast as I can run, then I fly faster. And also, if I hit the thing, remember oops. Okay, so I'll use my batteries to fix that. Remember I said you can harvest stuff by my hand by hitting Q. If you're running, you hit Q and then you hit the spacebar to fly. That gives you extra speed. It's a bit of an art. So okay, now I saw this, and again, as before, I want to pick this up. If I can, and I can, good. Alright, let's check out the building now. And here is my hermetic seal. Recover supplies. And then later on in the future, when I see other things like that, they'll spit out nanites. But the first time, it'll spit out hermetic seal. Alright, so I'm still going to look around for some stuff. There's always some more resources kicking around. We have this, for example. And again, I'm just discarding that stuff. And that gave me more nanites. Okay, we like nanites. And this is empty. Okay. Alright. Now, there should be somewhere around a pole. Maybe it might be buried under this hill. That's been happening increasingly frequently. And that seems to be the case here as well. Usually there's a pole with some resources and it's a navigation beacon basically for this particular settlement. But I don't see anything. So I'm going to head back to the ship. Like I say, it's probably buried. See some more sodium. You can't buy sodium, so it's always good to pick it up if you see it. Okay, there's another cave. There are a fair number of caves here. Alright. Starship repair. Find hermetic seal. I thought I found the hermetic seal already. Yeah, there it is. Okay. See my inventory. Okay. Let's head back to the ship. Oh, here we go. Some more. Let's scan this first. Okay. And pick up the sodium. Alright, back to the ship we go. And here are the animals. Oh, there's another one of those things. We'll pick that up as well. Those are useful later on if I'm building a base, but for now, they're a very good source of money, and well, we like money. Okay, I want to see if I can't find some dihydrogen crystals as well. There's a little sodium. We'll pick that up. There we go. Ah, there's another base down there. That's a different one. Okay, I'm just gonna... Alright, so let's charge up my toxic protection, the batteries, and I'm going to make some dihydrogen jelly here in a second. Okay, let's make some dihydrogen jelly. And can I make two? Yeah, and I'll make some oxygen. And I'll oxygenate myself. Alrighty. Alright, well let's check out that base. Looks like a trading post, which could be pretty convenient. Oops, I gotta be careful. You can kill yourself by jumping too high. Yes, okay. Now, anytime there's one of these, there's usually... Yes, one of these. And it's just up here. We'll just get to it here. Close to it. Close to it. Oh, I don't know if it might be too deep to dig out. Yeah. Now, if I had a terrain manipulator, I could dig it out, but I don't have one, and I don't have the plans for one. So this one, sadly, is going to have to stay beyond me. But now, where was that base?
Toxic protection falling.
There it is. Pretty sure that's where it was. Alright, let's go there. No, it was there. That other unknown building is where I picked up my hermetic seal. That music plays anytime you come within 300 units of a base. Okay, pick up a little more sodium. And I'll pick up more of this dihydrogen as I pass it by. And I'm not going to linger too long because I want to get into the base so I don't have to use more of my batteries than I have to. Okay, here we go. Building. Alright, this is a trading post. So that's good luck. And this guy is a Viking. They are a warrior race. Okay. Point to the mining beam charge indicator. What do I use to charge the mining beam? Carbon. So let's give them carbon. Alright. I learned the word of Viking. Wasn't that nice? I'd sort of hoped for more, but here's a better multi-tool. Okay. It's theoretical force. What's pulse splitter? So it's got a weapon, it's got a scanner. If we compare it with what we already have, well, it costs way more than I have. It would cost me 3 million units to buy it, and get it. Well, it's got a lot more damage potential, that's for sure. Yeah. So it is, and it's got a lot more spaces. So it is a much better tool, even though they're both C. This rifle does more damage than this pistol. So, but I don't think I'm going to have 3 million units anytime soon. Oh, we pick up these encrypted navigation data. Those will be helpful to us later. Okay, so now here we have technology merchant. We might be able to buy some useful stuff. Like what? Well, wiring loom, for example, if I had more money. But I can also not only buy, but I can sell. What can I sell? Well, salvage data. Those are those little underground data technology modules. Sell my Mordite because I have no use for it. And that's about it, right? Oh, and the albumin pearls. So now I'm up to 451,000 units. Now let's see what I can buy. I can buy, well, pretty much everything he has now, including the wiring loom. Not sure I want to buy a wiring loom just yet. No, not just yet. I could buy another hermetic seal if I needed it. The hydrogen jelly we know is useful, and it's also dirt cheap, so we'll buy that. And that's all we'll buy for now. And then we'll use the dihydrogen jelly to make some more life support gel. And there it is. Okay. Okay, that'll give me some nanites. Oh, no, it's going to give me... right. It'll keep giving me hermetic seals until I repair my ship. Okay. Now, just give me some stuff out here as well. This is the thing I was looking for at the other base. And you always mark this because you get a navigation beacon when you do. Rusted metal will keep because you can refine that. And let's see what's in these things. Sodium, and another life support gel. So that's nice. Okay. Now, I don't know if I can summon my ship here or not. Find out. Nope. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to mark this spot because there is that rifle there that could be useful. So the way I do that, analysis visor, and I'm going to press E. I only got one of these. And so I need to make sure I don't set a new one somewhere else because then I won't be able to find this one. I could, well, I guess I can't, but I was going to say I could build a signal booster, but I don't know how to build that yet. It's interesting that I don't know how to build that yet. So, I'm going to go back to my ship and repair it now. And see if I can figure out how to make 3 million units to get a decent weapon. I'll pick up a little carbon on the way. Always useful. Here we have some sodium nitrate crystals. Nice, but I can't mine them yet without the advanced mining lasers. So pick up this big old chunk of carbon. It's interesting the way they've designed this game because you know, you have to use your laser to mine things, but what it's doing, and you have to mine a lot of things, it's teaching you how to aim, sort of implicitly. It's going to save me a little time. Oh, but I'm going to land here. The blue plants give me a jetpack boost. Again, careful because you can kill yourself with these jetpacks. Okay. And I better recharge my hazard protection. And pick up a little more of this stuff. Let's see, is there another one of those buried technology modules? No, I don't see any. Alright, back to the ship. That's too bad. Here's another one of those blues. Give myself a jetpack boost. So you have to be careful to stage my landing as my jetpack power fades. Alright. Right over the animal. Okay. And back in. I'll repair my ship with the hermetic seal that I found. And that's going to get me off the planet. So now I can take off. Press W to take off. So that signal that I sent there should be around somewhere. There it is. That'll stay there, I think, until I come back for it. I'm going to go to space now. And so there's a few more starting missions, right? So test flight controls, so I'm going to press W. Let's get myself into space here properly. Alright. Press W. Test boost with less shift. and space to hold the pulse engine. Okay, and now I'm in orbit. If I need fuel, I'll just shoot stuff. Okay, this is another start message. Identify yourself. You're not alone. Da 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 da. And it's going to give me coordinate data. So
Navigational data received.
we want to follow this because we need plans. And we're not going to have plans for some things until we do this. Remember, I looked before, and all I had plans to make were to build was the refiner, but we need some other plans too. So we're going to follow this. I'm going to do it's not directly our mission, but okay. Everyone's least favorite thing: the approximate signal source, and so we have to land and then search. Super annoying, but let's do that. So press F for my analysis visor. It's only 190 away, well, I'm lucky. And I can use this to actually speed up my progress.
Toxic protection. Falling.
Okay. The problem is he moves around a lot. I have to go up a hill. In theory, when you climb, you don't deplete your jetpack. In practice, sometimes you do. Alright, at least we're up on top of this hill. Where is it? There it is. Okay, and there's a little sort of base thingy there. I don't know if this is it or not, but we'll save this. Oh, it's right there. Okay. Alright, let's just pick up this stuff. Each time I save the location of one of these bases or settlements or whatever you want to call them, you get a navigation marker. So, and we want those. Oh, check that out. Ha!
Toxic protection.
Alright, that's pretty cool. Alright. So there's quite a bit more stuff happening down here than I would have expected. Alright, so we're gonna... Okay, decipher the signal. Coding 16, 16, 16. Okay. So that's what I really needed, was the plans, not just for the base computer, but for the terrain manipulator. Really important to have that. Now, under here somewhere should be one of those buried technology modules. I don't see it. Maybe not. Okay, usually there is one, but I guess not.
Toxic
There's one
protection.
there.
Falling.
Let's go to this thing here. See if we can't get back to the ship. Alright. So my ship, by the way, is called Radiant Pillar. Everybody's starting ship is called Radiant Pillar. It's a fun exercise, and again, this is an expedition you can create for yourself to build your ship, to get your ship, the Radiant Pillar, and to build that shit up to S class, Supreme class, with all of its weapons and all of its storage capacity. Although There are better and cooler ships you can get, but you know, good old Radiant Pillar. Okay, that's good. Okay, so I'll just mine this carbon here, and I'll mine this stuff as well.
Toxic protection. 40.
Let's jump back. See, this is why I mine the carbon. Now, if you're thinking, yeah, this doesn't seem very dangerous, well, yeah. If you know what you're doing, even the difficult startups aren't that difficult. It is a startup, you know. I mean, this is the easiest and simplest part of the entire mission. Alright, so what I'm going to do here, pick up the jetpack surge, and that'll let me fly further and faster. And then it fades. Again, got to be careful on the landings because you can hurt yourself. This is a bit unusual, the way it's like this thing here. Again, in theory, you should be able to just climb these. Yeah, and I was able to do that. Now I have to recharge my suit life support. Life support gel charges that up. But you know, you can die really easily on these starter worlds. Usually the most common way is to run out of hazard protection and get caught out in a storm, or to run out of oxygen.
Toxic protection.
Okay, technology merchant, this is another one. See if he has anything useful for me. Wiring loom, nitrogen saw, the usual, right? But also, I could have done this with the other one too, I suppose. Let's see if he has blueprints for me. Toxic suppressor. Could have bought that. Could buy that. So teleporters here. Advanced mining laser.
Item
I'm
received.
gonna buy that plan, and we're gonna buy this,
Item received.
and that's it for now. So, what did I buy? Alright, this thing here, okay, I need magnetized ferrite for that, so I don't have that, so I can't install it just yet. The advanced mining laser, I need 2 wiring looms, I might have enough money for that, and 1 carbon nanotube, which I can make. That will let me mine pure ferrite, it'll let me mine sodium nitrate. So let's go over here to this, buy ourselves a couple of wiring looms. There are wiring looms. There's no wiring looms for sale here? How unusual is that? That is unusual. There is magnetized ferrite, so I'll buy that.
Product received.
But no wiring looms. And the Starship launch fuel is stupid expensive. Never buy that. Yeah, no wiring looms. Envoy, he probably won't talk to me at all. Yeah, he has nothing for me. Probably the most I can do here is learn a word. Yeah. So. Okay.
Toxic protection. 40.
Let's come back here. Maybe he had wiring looms for sale. He did. And we can buy 2 of them or just 1? Just 1. I need another 80. Okay, well, let's see if I can sell him something worth 80. Sell him stuff worth 80. Well, there's some silver I can sell him.
Units received.
Oh, a Korvax casing I can sell him.
Received.
I'm going to keep my microprocessors. Oh, just not quite enough, eh? All right. Dark and dreary. I'm just looking for containers now that might hold some loot in them. No.
Toxic protection. Falling.
Okay. La-di-da-di-da. Are any containers here? Nope. Nothing here.
Toxic protection. Stabilizing.
So,
Toxic protection. Falling.
oh, there's a couple more guys I can talk to. All I can do from them at the moment is try to learn some stuff, learn some vocabulary. It's useful to have a rudimentary vocabulary minimally. Okay. And there's not going to be anything here. I mean, you can read this stuff, but we don't get anything for it. So there are people who have compiled, all of the lore and stuff. Okay. I've learned 5 words. Alright.
Toxic protection.
So my main problem at the moment is the lack of money. Oh, I also bought a scanner thingy. I need a little more magnetized ferrite for that. How much? Let's see, how much ferrite dust do I have? Well, actually I have some real ferrite. Okay, let's... Okay, let's do some stuff here. Pick up a little more money. There's the rock with the legs. You don't get anything for killing him. It's kind of a rare thing, but it does happen. I wonder where he goes. I've never followed him to see where he goes. Is he still around, or have I lost him? No, I think I've lost him. Probably just goes into the ground and becomes another rock. Okay. Alright, let's build my refiner. And let's open up my refiner. We'll fuel it up. Put some ferrite dust into it. And start refining into pure ferrite. Now, I don't think I have any carbon left, eh? No. So I'm going to get myself a little more carbon just in case my mining beam runs out. So... okay. A little bit more.
Toxic protection.
Yep.
Technology recharge.
Alright. Gotta be careful. This is always an ongoing thing. This whole toxic protection thing. Alright. How are we doing? Oh, pure ferrite. And how much magnetized ferrite did I need? Multi-tool. Oh, and I'll get that installed as well. 73. I only needed 20 some. Okay, so let's take my pure ferrite, and we'll refine that into magnetized ferrite. Meanwhile, let's make a terrain manipulator. It makes 1 dihydrogen jelly and 2 carbon nanotubes. So 1 dihydrogen jelly, 2 carbon nanotubes, which means I'm low on carbon again. So, ooh, look at that. That's handy. Ooh, we're happy about that. See, the advanced mining laser would allow me to mine that. Alright. Okay. Oops, multi-tool. So, install my terrain manipulator. Okay. Now I can dig things. Okay. Right, I still need the money for that. Okay, so, but for the, for this thing, I need a little more magnetized ferrite. Should be refined by now.
Toxic protection. Falling.
And there it is. Good. And I'm just going to pick this up again. And finish building this. Why is this useful? Well, because now I make more money when I scan things. And scanning things is your best way of making money.
Toxic protection. Falling.
Alright, I need to get back to my ship and let's make some things happen here.
Technology recharge.
Where is my ship? It's over there.
Toxic
There's
protection.
another base around here. Oops, that was some oxygen. Oops, that was my terrain manipulator. Okay, so let's get back to the mining beam here. We'll harvest as much of this carbon crystal as I can. That's always helpful. Alright. Into space we go. Not enough fuel and launch thruster. That figures. I have to make some launching fuel. Remember I said I could buy it where it's much cheaper to make it? This is how you make it, with metal plating and some dihydrogen, and that's what you want to do. Never buy launch fuel. Okay, up we go. So I'm looking for the space station now. I'm jumping ahead a bit in terms of the training missions, because normally they'd like me to build a base and it'll teach me how to do some stuff, right? The whole habitation program. I can do that later if I find a need for it. I probably won't. What I need more is what I can find on a space station. There it is, that triangle there, and that appears to be it right there. So we'll get to it, and we'll fly to the entrance. And that's going to finish this first part of our Paths to Glory expedition. So it didn't take us too long. We survived the initial planet. We got ourselves to the base and got ourselves to the space station with some plans, technology plans, and a plan to get to the center of the galaxy. So that's what we'll try to do in the next episode. So I'm going to quit this episode for now, go take a break. Always good to take a break. And I'll see you next time.